McLovin, good morning, or hello, wherever you are. Lux report, good day. Oh, yes, I did that, McLovin. Pendulum, good morning. Thank you for the upvote. Watch out, good morning. Yes, afternoon from Northern Ireland. Good afternoon, Watch 63. What do they say? Nico tells me and his crew say to ask from Northern Ireland, what's the crack? I don't know what it means or how they how it's meant, how the saying goes, but Cheesehead, good morning.
This is focaccia. It's
Well, let me put this here. Uh, the crack is mighty, wizard. And he's no, not yet. I'm sure up north there is some, but no, not here. But we've had 3 days of rain, 1 day no rain. Friday was a little rain. Saturday was rain. Today is rain. I feel bad for the little kitties because I have tons of candies and chocolates and stuff because it's Halloween, right? So Stevie C, what's going on? Kashmir, how are you, buddy? Yes, thank you. So watching 63, what's the crack? What does that mean? Can you explain it to me or us? Like, how's it going? Like, what is it? How, what's the crack? Crack is what? Like, what's the word? Or sure, watch out. Where is it? I can pull it up. On what side is it being auctioned off? Paul M., good morning. Christie's, okay, let's pull it up. But it's going on today? Well, let's see. Christie's. Christie's. Where the hell? Auctions. Okay, so they sent a recovery. November 9th. Oh, it's on the Bell and Ross site. Oh, even better. That way I don't have to sign into the Christie's account. So let's go to Bell and Ross. Bell and Ross, let's try under use. Oh, the only thing they have there is that they have a partnership now with Patrouille de France, which is the French Air Force. Let's see what else I can find here on there. Oh, what do we have here? Well, they're showing a new Sapphire one. Let me try to share this with you guys. It's not big. I tried blowing it up, but it's under the Bell and Ross website. So let me see what it looks like here. Well, it's tiny, but there is a video. Stand by. There is a video here. Unfortunately, I can't make it bigger, but it looks okay. So that's the new Sapphire. It comes in clear, and it comes in this orange Sapphire. So the auction, I mean, let's go back here. Let's see, maybe under press. No, there's nothing there about an auction. Cyber Skull only. I'll check that out right now. Hold on. What's happening? Or if someone says the crack is good, it just means good fun. Oh, cool. That's cool. Awesome. Good to know. Okay. Yeah, that I don't think it's good. I think it's super great. I would change the Monaco and the Reverso. For me. For me. Only for me. So let's see. Instead of the Monaco, I would say I'd add a second. No, let's do it this way for price points. Instead of the Monaco, I'd go with a Breitling. Super Avenger 2. Santos, I would get the extra large Chrono or the extra large PVD. And instead of the Reverso, I would say a starter in Vacheron. So for Vacheron, excuse me, let me see the one that I really like as an amazing starter Vacheron. So obviously it would not be the overseas because we want to stay within a price point. So I would say I'd have to definitely say 56 on a bracelet. Has one of the most amazing bracelets. So comfortable. Let's see if I can pull this up. That would be my choice instead of the Reverso. Let's see if I can blow it up a little. Oh, there we go. Maybe that helps a little. I'll raise it a little more. That would be my choice instead of the Reverso. Amazing, amazing watch. Obviously, let me show the back of it, the movement. The Maltese cross, again, beautiful finish on the movement. And yes, the loom. The loom is wow. I mean, really wow. That would be my choice instead of the Reverso. And there we go. So personally, I love that over the Reverso. Stephen, good evening. Oh yeah, the skull is definitely different. There are many that are into. I'm not into the skull really. I mean, I know it was a big thing. It's becoming. It's still. It has become and still holding strong. John Hardy started I believe, with the skulls. Awesome. Oh yeah, for Halloween, hell yes. A bomb in Marseille with a FP Journe movement. Let's find out. 42 millimeter, it says. Let's see. What's the movement here? Well, it doesn't say it under their website, but let's say. Says nothing about that. All they talk about is their new Bowmatic, Baumatic, Bowmatic in-house movement. So I don't know if the rancher was joking. I'll look further into it. Tried to find it, but it wasn't there. Thank you. Oh, well, like I said, Lux, I don't have anything against anyone, and I was also very happy to send money for his son's birthday. That was very heartwarming what we saw. Yes, very much so. I think the elevation to other brands is because of, I don't know, I'd say, in my opinion, I'd say people are getting sick and tired of waiting, playing the game, listening to the bullshit that the dealers are giving you. Sick of, well, definitely disgusted about double and triple pricing off a retail list. So, yeah, I mean, Omega, now the world over, from what I hear from everybody, retail and also dealers, is no discount. So they're cutting down because they saw their sales are going up and the demand is there. Silver Snoopy, if everybody doesn't know, they say, well, up to 2028 to get all the pieces that were allocated to each customer who went in and either gave a deposit or, excuse me, prepaid it. I'm one of those people. IWC. So we got Omega, we got IWC, Cartier, Vacheron. There's other companies that are really blasting up. So yeah, I can see how, you got your heart set on something, you're waiting, you paid, you saved your money, you didn't go buy something else in the interim. You waited, you figured, hey, yeah, I believe the dealer. The AD said, oh yeah, 6 months, 8 months, a year. It's been that and more. And now you're like, enough. I'm not doing that. So you're buying other brands, and there's nothing wrong with that. Buy what you love first and foremost, as Roman says, man. That's all I can say. Yes, it was very special. Yeah, Cheesehead, you're right, but I don't know. I never heard of that. And I read my watch time. I read International Watch. I belong to dealer chats and forums, and I don't know. But I'll look into it further for everyone. Hey, Doc, in your watch. Good morning, buddy. Oh, no problem. But I'm going to look further into it, but I don't see how. Because FB Jorn, let me just look at something else. No, I don't see anything on an internal site that I follow about them. And it's a bit hard to believe that FP Journ's going to make a move for who? Baume & Mercier. So B&M, guys, that's a midpoint watch, right? Actually, some people start their journeys with Tag Heuer, Baume & Mercier. What's that other brand that was very popular and still is? Still sells. Maybe not as hot as it used to be, but there's Raymond Weil. Those are watches in certain price points in the low mid tiers that people started their journey with. So I can't see how FP Journe, a company that makes watches independent, we're talking mega bucks, to make a movement that would go into Baume & Mercier, and no matter what elevation, I don't think Francois would do that. Definitely. It does, but it's not just exclusive. It's hoarding, it's dealers playing the game, it Rolex. A lot of people that get upset, and rightfully so to a certain degree, they forget that COVID shut down the world, man. For almost a year, the world was shut down. So every manufacturer, every supplier of wheels, escapements, crystals, bracelets, metal, crowns, dials, hands. Every piece. Rolex doesn't make in-house everything. Sometimes for some of their models, nothing. But those people, those manufacturers had shut down. Obviously, it took a toll on supply and on materials. I mean, they couldn't even get the raw materials to make the pieces. So you guys a lot of guys have to understand that as well. Is a little above and beyond, definitely. Morning, happy Halloween, Mr. AJ. Hey, you're the guy that loves those dress watches. So yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm sure you'll get good value for your Daytona, your two-tone. And Paddock is Paddock. I know you love Paddock and Langa and excuse me. So yeah, hey, I don't see why not. You are a lover of those fine Swiss smooth timepieces, so I don't see you as a Daytona. I don't see you as a Rolex kind of guy. Maybe at the right time, at the right price, you were there, you got some, but I definitely see you more as a Langa, Paddock, Vacheron. You're a serious collector, so I would say 100%. Oh, not joking. No, it's real. Oh, so you're talking about prior to 1999 when he started at Pigeon. And then if it's true, I will find out what movement or what model watch got that movement. Adam, thank you. You're very kind. My knowledge is not where I would like it to be, where it was once when I was fully vested and working in the industry 110%, 6 and 7 days a week on the holidays. So I pursued my design architecture career. So, but now after going through another health issue with my, quadruple bypass, I am definitely, I would say not fully retired. I have to semi-retire because I have clients I have for the past 20, 25 years. And so, with all due respect, I have to stay or I have to be in contact with them in case they have something else they're coming up with. But I'm going to make it consulting only. I will not work on another job site. I might go by if there's an issue, which, you got to hire the right site supervisor. And, but me personally, I'm just going to go back into a little bit dabbling in watches, opening up a small shop, and teaching. I'm going to go back to the colleges and just teach. I don't want nor need the stress, and I want to live long enough to dance at my son's wedding. So yeah, I'm done working on an actual construction site. Oh, I believe it. If you know much more, please share. Morning, Mr. Wings. Yeah, exactly. I mean, empty. And a friend of mine owns a rental car company and tells me, I've never seen this in 25 years in business, because he owns a gas station, a car rental, a used car lot, and a mechanic shop with 6 bays. So the very successful family. And he says to me, Steph, I've never seen it like this. I can't get cars. I can't. And usually if you're, I don't know, Avis, Hertz, Budget, what's the other ones? Enterprise, Discount, any rental agency, you usually have deals that you buy cars wholesale because they cooperative purchase for all their dealers. There's none, but he is allowed to go buy cars if there's no stock through corporate division. He says, I can't. I can go to Dodge dealer, Chrysler dealer, Ford. There's no cars. The lots are empty, which is great for the car industry, but bad for companies that need purchasing of cars. to be able to, and the prices. I remember even last year. Yeah, even last year I rented a car once. I didn't want to put the miles on my Porsche, so I rented a car, a nice little car. No, what was it? A mini SUV. It was some kind of hybrid Lexus, and he gave it to me for like 34.99 with 200 kilometers free. Now the cheapest car, the smallest little whatever he has, compact, is $74.99. So it's double the price plus the mileage. Sometimes I could have gotten a car for like $50 with unlimited mileage. No more. Those days are gone. Yeah, I guess he likes the joke. Green room. Hello. Yeah. I think it was Roman. Roman Sharf. Yeah, Sharf. True. Correct. The FPJ movement was in Piaget, no? The Covornay Grand Saunier before 2000. Yes? Could be, brother. Could be, Vlad. I don't know. I don't know who Pierre Francois, whatever. I don't know who he worked for prior. Because back then in the day, guys, 80s and 90s, they were almost unheard of, and they were always, or for the most part, the typical watch purchaser didn't know anything about them, wasn't interested. You had to be a real watch. How can I call this? Geek into independence. Back then, Patek, Vacheron, AP. No, Patek and Vacheron were the elite of the elite, part of the Holy Trinity. AP was there for the in-between, the nouveau riche, but the mainstay, people really were going nuts for, not going nuts, but people saw it as a sign of success to own a Rolex. Oh, we have somebody in the background. Welcome, Mr. Jonathan.
Hello, Wizard. How are you doing?
Sir?
I'm doing good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, thank God. I'm good, thank you.
I've just sent you a message this morning saying that I'm very happy.
You? I think I found it when I woke up.
No. No. You answered. It may have been yesterday. I just said that you sound a lot better and stronger since a couple of days, and that is
very there, Jonathan.
Same?
Because I think they finally figured out the right damn medication that they've changed 4 times on me.
Yeah. Well, it was the same with Tim, and until he found the right drugs, he was not very cheerful. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. His gummies, right? His chewables or edibles or whatever he calls them. Yeah.
By the way, everybody who's listening, I'm not doing any drugs. I guess the Wizard as well. I'm not doing any drugs. So everything that you hear is Higgins Unfiltered, just in case that you find me boring or grumpy or whatever.
Higgins Uncaffeinated.
I don't do drugs. I do meds. There's a difference in medication and drugs.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Hey, listen, if Turkish coffee is a drug, then we're all in trouble. So,
I always have my double espresso in the morning.
Yeah, just imagine they're checking you when you're driving your car to the office in the morning for coffee. Then,
yeah,
sir,
your caffeine level.
Caliber 1. Jonathan, do you know anything about FP Journe that made a movement for Piaget or for B&M?
For Piaget, I've seen it. Actually, I've seen the Rancher appearing yesterday on Archie.
Oh, okay. So it was Piaget, not Baume & Mercier.
So
see, I'd say Baume & Mercier is too low. Piaget, the old days. Piaget Polo, Piaget Tanagra, all those were very high end because they were
Yep.
high price because they were solid gold, right? So
Do you remember the Piaget Polo in yellow
Yes.
and white gold from the 80s? That
Of
was
course,
a fantastic watch.
yes,
Yeah.
great
Yeah,
watches back then. That's for business owners. I remember used to come up with guys who own pizzerias and gas stations and diners
yeah.
in the States and used to
I think-
order something different, right?
Yeah, I think that Polo was more expensive than a Day-Date, as far as I
Yes,
remember.
at one time, yes, it was.
Yes, and
You're
it
right
was
about
competing against the King Midas, actually.
that. There you go.
That was the same kind of thing. Yes, but the rancher he was yesterday on Archie and mentioned a Baume Mercier, which had an FP Jaune movement.
I
and
tried to Google it. I couldn't find anything.
Me too. But I found a Piaget. That is basically a chiming. I'm not sure if it's a repeater or another chime. So obviously, FP Jaune made one for Piaget. I'm trying to find it.
Before he was FP Jaune, because he started in '99.
Yeah. Yep.
So I guess before that, maybe he was independent. Maybe he was
Exactly.
a consultant.
Yes, he was an independent movement maker, basically.
Oh, okay. So that makes sense. Especially Piaget, I'm definitely sure, especially when you said you found it or you remember. Yeah, but I can't see FP Jaune making a movement for B&M. They were always underneath. They were like Raymond Weil, They were a little more than Raymond Weil. The Cape Land and the Saratoga and a few pieces like that, right?
I remember. I slightly disagree. I think that what you mentioned, that was when Baume Mercier was acquired by Richemont. So they set they set the positioning of Baume Mercier lower than they've been before. I remember Baume Mercier had an elite range which was called Le Roi. Do you remember those?
You're talking about the gold pieces.
No, those have been black pieces with gold highlights. Le Roi, and that was the prestige brand from Baume Mercier. So I found the article about the FP Jaune Piaget. I'm just dropping in the private chat for
I'll pull it up because
you.
Everybody wants to know.
Yeah.
Rental companies are paying. Yes, Mr. Zoso. Yes, my friend Randy says the same thing. He goes, I can't believe what I'm paying for used since I can't buy new. And they're always looking for used with low mileage because they rent the cars and they have to certify and keep them safe. And so it's wild. Yeah, look, guys, I mean, 3-year-old, okay. Morning, David. And what do we got here? I'm a car dealer. The job is fight. Getting stock at right price is crazy. Yeah, Paul, I guess it's even worse for you guys. I mean, excuse me. But, well, maybe as a car dealer, I don't know, new or used or both, I guess business is good. But it's bad because allocation, just like Rolexes or whatever, any watches, there's not enough to go to the dealers. So you can satisfy all the needs, all the purchasers.
Yeah, I think also the rental car companies are short with cards.
Yeah, that's exactly what we were talking about.
So they try to get some cars from the used market as well, which makes it then even more difficult for car dealers.
And he says some on a rare occasion when they used to go, because my friend Randy runs the gas station and the rental car and the used car lot while his brother runs the auto repair shop they have. He says to me, on a very rare occasion, we sometimes have to go see if there's anything at the auctions. The dealer auctions, they do not open to the public. It's not like a public auction, which is most or less bullshit. He says, the prices are insane. He goes, for a 2.5, 3-year-old Chrysler, I'd have to pay close to the list price. He says, I just didn't do it. So, Governor, okay.
Yeah, Vlad is right, and I posted you the article.
I will pull it up and just
chat.
5K over list for a Camry. Yeah, that is insane. And guys, I have to be honest. I bought my son a 2019 M3 when he started his master's program. He had it for 2 years, put only about 26,000 miles, not kilometers. So 26 times 1.6. So he put about 40,000 clicks on it. And we just sold the car for 12,500 above what we paid, or above what was our payoff. And now we're looking for a new one for him. I'm trying to persuade him to get the M4 instead of the M3. He wants the M3, but there's nothing. And this is a dealer that sells BMW, Mercedes, Lexus, and does he have a Porsche? No, he has a Range Rover. So this is a multi-brand dealer, nice brands. And the whole family and a lot of my friends, we bought cars from them and only them, because we established from I'd say from early 2002. I was initially a customer of his in 2005 when I bought an S55 AMG, my Mercedes. And all my other friends, I mean, lots, guys. I mean, we're talking families and friends, maybe 60, 70 people. So each family has 2-3 cars from them. And they cannot get me a new one for my son, whether an M3 or an M4. He goes, we don't have anything. We're waiting. So the world got screwed up, man. I mean, everything, watches, cars, and any other product, because there was nothing. The world was shut down. So if manufacturing was, or even if manufacturing wasn't shut down, the people who make the parts for the manufacturers to build the watch or to build the engine or the car or the battery, they were shut down. So, it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. I mean, so like a lot of the M cars back when things weren't as crazy, they were extremely difficult to get on a good day. Now I couldn't even imagine. I mean, just a simple pickup truck, if it's a newer model and it requires the chips that they're all.
Don't forget, you're talking about Canada, and you're talking Midwest and down south. Yeah, pickup trucks are huge.
Different. Yeah.
Big, huge. I mean, I've never seen that many people own pickup trucks. Guys who have like handicap permits, they buy pickup trucks that are huge like yours. Yeah, it's just a hot thing, right? So,
yeah, everybody's preparing for a Mad Max scenario after COVID, as it seems.
No, Jonathan. To be honest with you, I mean, Wizard knows what each other of us drive, and it's like now you get more for your money with a bigger vehicle, and they're great on gas. So for me, it just made more sense. I wanted a nice, comfy ride without going super high in luxury, and just have usability in case, zombies, So,
no, I'm not criticizing that. I think there is a trend because people realize that we are a little bit more vulnerable than we thought we are. So it makes sense to have a usable car instead of a super luxury or super sporty car.
Most definitely, Jonathan. Definitely, because we have to be more, down to earth.
Yep.
And you know what? To be quite honest, the more down to earth the car is, even it could be luxury, but down to earth, the less headaches you'll have.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, and you're right.
And that belongs also to people. The more down to earth people are, the easier they are, aren't they?
You see what Vlad says? The FPJ PJ Governor Grand Saunier caliber 1996P, I guess it's platinum. Movement was only just a very few, not sure. And let me go into the
it was 10 pieces or something like that. I know the rancher a little bit, and I think he's either he's deceiving or he makes sense and found something that really no one else knows, and that is my guess. So I think we have to ask him next time he's on the stream. Unfortunately, he ignores me. When I'm sending him emails, he just replies, "Thank you for your email." That's it. What I receive from him. I'm not celebrity enough for him to reply to me.
Oh, well. There it is, guys. Mr. Jonathan, let us share this with us. So, you know what? Now I can see why it was done by FB John. Look at the design.
It looks identical. almost.
I think he used it on a later model as well. So he used that developed movement on one of his own watches. If you scroll down a little bit, I think there is a picture of one of his watches exactly with the same hammer.
Yep.
Here, have a look. It's exactly the same position of this chiming hammer that you see.
Yeah, they're
incredible.
incredible.
A true FP Journe, right?
Yeah.
Grand
But I mean,
yeah. Okay, wow.
Even that Piaget though, that Piaget is just Piaget is an incredible brand. I saw one of their ultra thin skeletons at Yorkdale Wizard. They locked the doors with me in there, and they're like, "Yeah, well, we got to lock you in because it's 180,000." I'm like, "Okay,
So
like,
what?
this is new."
You see?
It was the Piaget ultra thin skeleton.
Wait a minute. They locked you in for $100,000 Piaget?
I'm not even kidding you. I was
Yeah, Wings and Watches wore pink shorts. That is.
Oh,
what
that's
I
why.
tell you.
It was weird. I'm like, well, it is an extremely busy mall, and I guess they're concerned with stuff like that. But
where the hell are you going to go, man? There's security guards almost at every store there, and there's
Hey.
enough watches and jewelry stores and other high luxury products that. Where the hell are you going to run? I mean,
yeah, exactly.
That only happens in Canada, my friend.
Yeah,
nobody.
It was
And
very
nobody's
strange.
running for a Piaget.
Yeah, no, not for Piaget. I mean, I don't know, but this FP Journe, I love it. It's gorgeous. I can see somebody really enjoying it because they're wearing the hell out of this strap.
Yeah, look at that.
It's even coming, the gloss finish on the alligator or crocodile's coming off. What else we got here? Oh, let's check out the movement, boys. Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
Yeah, just incredible.
What else we got here? We got Piaget, and he made a few of them. A few different variations on it. Holy smokeroonies.
So actually, that was a Grand Sonnerie that FP Journe made for them.
And I have a question. Is
Grand
it
Sonnerie means self-chiming.
is it
chimes,
like insanely like the price today? Because obviously they don't make them anymore. Are they going very high on the aftermarket or the auctions?
I have no idea.
Yeah,
obviously all chiming watches are rare.
Yeah, of course.
Expensive, yeah.
But I can imagine Piaget, they're like, wow, FP Journe did this for us. So it might carry a little more, I don't know, price tag because it was done by him.
Yep, could be. Maybe. Well, I'd say on a Grand Sonnerie, building 10 pieces is not really a limited edition because all the other companies, I doubt that they're making more than 10 per series. So, it's pretty common to have those super expensive, super complicated watches in very small batches. But I have no idea how much money that Piaget brings, if there is a premium because of the fact that FP Journe made that, or if it's just a regular price, or if it's just priced along of other complicated Piagets. That I don't know.
Yeah.
The article basically says the last auction price was $116,500 for one, but that article was one from 2014.
So
it's 7 years old, so nobody has an idea.
Mr. Zoso says Bowman Marseille does have an FPJ. Believe it was a mono pusher.
Okay,
that would be really weird. Like I said, man, B&M, and they have to be one of their gold series. He definitely didn't make something on his stainless steel models. Used car
mono pushers, unlikely, yes.
The same thing all over, Paul. The same thing in Canada and the States. Excuse me. Yes, the same. Made the used car market jump because they could not get used supply. True. So they went to auction to buy. Yeah, those days are gone. Those days are gone, my friend. I bought a Raymond wheel Don Giovanni Grande for an everyday watch, and it's impressive. It is. Hey, Raymond, while their higher models, I mean, look at what's his name. What the hell is his name? That crazy guy, Gordon Ramsay, on Hell's Kitchen. He wears a Raymond Weil yellow dial chronograph.
Really?
He always
Okay.
wears that watch when he works there.
Do you think he's getting paid for wearing that?
No,
or
no, because he's got
that's
a
his
great
personal-
collection of Rolexes and other
Okay.
pieces. No, I don't know. He's just. I mean, I've seen him when he did the F word, the food word.
Yeah,
when
yeah.
He had that show. He always wore that inside, I guess, those kitchens.
Hmm.
Let's see, men's.
My wife is a big fan of those cooking shows, but she doesn't like him because he's swearing too much for her taste.
Yeah, he always swears. Oh, definitely. Parsifal was a huge thing for Raymond Weil.
Yeah, actually, I know a former CEO of Raymond Weil who was he was invented the W1. That was his baby.
Oh yeah.
Pretty young guy. And 1 second, let me get that straight. His mother was one of the of the owners of
We're
Raymond
talking
Weil.
about Marvin.
No, that was Christian Bédat.
Okay,
He made
because I'm talking
his
about
own
Marvin
watch company.
Scherzer. Him and his
Okay.
mom, because you said mother. Marvin and his mom were the ones to be the authorized distributors of Raymond Weil in New York, tri-state area, actually.
Okay.
And I remember him from the 80s.
No, his mother was Simone Bédat, and she was a part owner of Raymond Weil, and her son was the CEO for the sales department.
Okay.
And he invented the W1. They made a lot of money and founded
Oh,
their
a
own
lot.
watch company, and they sold that for after 5 years to Gucci, as far as I remember, and then it went down. But those were very passionate people, and that Bédat brand at the beginning was quite interesting. They had fantastic movements. No, fantastic watches. They used the Piaget movement at one time.
Yeah, I remember Marvin because he used to come to sell to us at Gindi, which we were right on the corner, right across the street from Herald Square Macy's. So we used to carry it there. We used to carry it at a few shops I worked at. So Renee, welcome. Just coming in second, good wishes, Stefano. Thank you, Carlino. Thank you, buddy. Forerunner with 28,000 miles. Over sticker at auction. So can you imagine? Yeah, I can only imagine the retail today. It is the pits. Stephen A. Doesn't matter, man. As long as it runs. Most definitely. Most definitely. And shipping, guys, let me tell you, man. August of 2020, I paid $6,800 US, of course, for a 20 cubic foot container from China.
Yeah, that is insane.
A month ago, last year, within 52 to 55 days, the container landed. This year, a container just came in this past Tuesday. It took 4.5 months, not a month and a half, and I paid $27,000 for the container alone. And this container was really screwed up because I had to pay. There's a new law that it's called SEMA that Canada enforced. Beside raw excursion of metals, if you buy wood, any wood products, furniture from China or Taiwan, they put a massive tariff on it. So the client goes, what am I going to do? I go, what you're going to do is you're going to pay it, or else the container is going to sit there at $800 US a day for storage.
Exactly. Yeah. Do you remember the time when a container from China costed $1,000?
Oh, that's way back when. Oh yeah.
Sorry about that.
When
How do you
the States? It took 9 months for them to open because they didn't have the racks, the storage racks and the wall racks for them to open with to hang their products, because they built a brand new store here in this town. And all of a sudden, Now they finally opened up because they got the racks that they could display the merchandise. They were waiting on China, and they paid up the nose. Rancher's telling the truth. All right, that's cool. Land Rover for flipping any Defender. Over here in Canada, you cannot buy that monstrous SUV that seats like 7 or 8 people. What the hell is the model? Let me tell you. Actually, you have to have purchase history to be able to buy it. And second of all, what is the big one? The GLS Maybach GLS SUV, okay, which starts at about $200,000 Canadian. So it's a Maybach GLS SUV. It's the huge one. I think it seats 7 people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But anyway, so here's the thing. That SUV, if you want to buy it and you have purchase history or you've been a Mercedes owner for years, yes, but you must sign a legal disclosure and you must have it notarized. So you have to take the contract and go have it notarized that you signed it. You are not allowed to export this vehicle because there are people in Asia and the Middle East that are willing to pay double the sticker for it.
Yeah.
So if you sell it, you are blacklisted forever in some other lawsuits from Mercedes-Benz, Daimler. So I don't know.
They look at it equally like flipping watches in a way.
Yeah, it's like flipping a Rolex. And they make you sign it and get it notarized. So you fully are aware of it.
Yeah.
To buy a sub. Huh. I would not do that, but sure, because you'll never find another Mercedes for the price, but that's up to you. Just to buy a sub. Seriously? Like, what are you buying? A solid gold sub? Because if it's a 2019 Mercedes, you definitely are not buying just a stainless steel sub.
Well, and also, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily get rid of a car to get a watch. I mean,
I would never do that.
That's kind of that's limiting. Unless you have a bunch of cars, then
even if I had to, I'd buy a freaking Swatch watch instead of doing that for a Rolex or any watch. Why would? Why? No, I'm sorry, I can't see.
Well, it depends how many cars he has.
Yeah, if you have like a bunch, but if it's your only mode of transportation,
yeah, but Jonathan, he said in 2019.
Yep.
Yeah, I still
but maybe he owns a
what kind of car? Even if it's a C class, all right. You was 60, you use this 40. So what? He's selling a 2-year-old Mercedes to buy. It has to be a solid gold sub, man. There's no way that's just a stainless steel because I don't see Mercedes having even the lowest model, the C or the B, the little ones. I don't get it, but hey.
I think he wants to tell us from the profit he's buying a sub.
Okay, perhaps.
Yeah, the secondary, then okay, you know what? Then yes, I can see people doing that. I mean, it's no different than flipping watches, right? The more cars you sell, the more volume you're moving, the more money you're making, right? Even if it's like $1,000 or $2,000 in profit, right? That's how people make money. But you're not going to make like $10,000 or $20,000 over list on an old car. That's not going to happen unless it's an AMG. So, I mean,
hey, it all depends, right?
Yeah.
Morning, Jim.
So Wings and Watches, how do you like my new watch?
The IWC.
Yeah.
Gorgeous. Very
like
nice. Congratulations. Cool? Yes.
Thank you very much.
No, it's a gorgeous watch, man.
I got that at the same time as the Air King. The Air King has not been worn because I like the IWC so much.
Perfect. I really like the red second hand and
the red
the way that it sits. Yeah, it looks gorgeous. What model is that one?
That is the engineer.
Oh, okay.
AMG. They made an.
The racing one. This is the older version, though.
Yes, that is the older version. The first engineer with their own movement, because previous series had the ETA.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the first with the own movement. It's 42 millimeters titanium, and I basically stole that watch. I paid $2,500, and it just came back from a $900 service by IWC. I have the receipt.
Wow. I mean,
So usually they go around 4,000 euros.
So you paid $1,600 for it.
At the end of the day, I paid 2,500, but it was just returned from an IWC
Right. So
service.
minus 900, you paid $1,600 for it.
Exactly. The seller paid the $910 IWC
Nice.
service. Yes.
So you paid $1,590 for
Yes,
it.
exactly. Yes. Mhm.
Renee, talking about YouTube celebrity who don't reply emails. Dear Stefan, did you forget me? Just kidding. I don't know what you're talking. I'm not a celebrity, and I'm not Tim Wright, who is probably the true celebrity, or Archie. But did you send me an email or an Instagram? Please let me know, and I'll answer it right now.
Rene, out of experience, he replies quicker and more reliable over Instagram. So forget the emails.
Yeah, Instagram is easier. What was regarding the straps for my Beauvais?
Oh, he has a Beauvais? Did he meet Audrey?
Wow. So you want straps. Okay. So was it an email or was it my Instagram? Because let me just check since I have the phone in front of me. Instagram. Let me check mail on the just in time. Buddy, I don't see. Oh, wait. One request, but that's in another. Oh no, that's all bullshit about chicks and naked shit. I don't even bother with that shit. Renee, justintime.ca Instagram. And I think you were looking for newer straps. The guy in Montreal makes good quality straps, high end, all types of exotic materials. For the Patek Philippe that JJ owns, he got 3 custom-made straps.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get you, if that's it, send me an Instagram so I can see it, and then I'll find the information, send it out to you today. I'm a chef. I really question the cooking skill of any chef who doesn't swear like a sailor. That's true. I mean, more or less they all do, especially Gordon Ramsay. He curses more than anybody, and I think it's his, what do they call it, his shtick? Especially when he curses out you donkey, bullocks, and stuff like that on Hell's Kitchen. But of course, that's part of the show. But
well, also
in real life, he also does that.
Yeah. Well, also the chef that he learned under was, if not stricter than he is, and swears if not more than he does. So yeah, it's a thing that.
No, it's a thing with chefs. I know for a fact. So
yeah, the more successful they are, the more
culinary instructors.
Yeah, they're amazing.
Oh, poor Muffin. Oh,
yeah.
You apologize to JQH the third, but you don't apologize to us. Okay.
Yeah.
Time to give you some. There you go. Get some tomatoes.
Actually, Mr. Zozo actually made a good point. A lot of the places that are paying top dollar for the high-end vehicles, they're the rental companies that are doing, they're
driving the prices up.
Yeah, well, yeah, in a way. Anything that's hot like a 911, the majority of the new ones that you can rent,
they're pre-ordered, pre-sold.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Pre-sold to people who have purchase history with the brand.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking of, I was offered like 18,000 Canadian more for my M3, my X3M Sport. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to get a Levante, a Maserati Levante, because my buddy, who's also one of my doctors, we've become friends through watches, believe it or not. Mm-hmm. He bought one, and I was a little skeptical when they first came out about a year and a half ago here in Canada. And then I drove it, and it really sounds like a Ferrari, guys. I mean, it's expensive. We just paid $8,000 for a yearly service, but I don't care. I mean, I'm in love with the size and the quality of it. But I can't. The guy goes to me. I go, no, I don't. But my friend has purchase history, Dr. Such and Such. And he goes, oh, yeah, he's had Maseratis for the past 10 years. And now he got a Levante a year and a half ago. He's looking to trade up. He's on the list for the next new ones in 2022. I go, well, he goes, I would recommend you make a deal with him to buy his because you're not going to get one because you're not on the list. I go, but I'm across the street on Mark's Motors, and I have several Porsches from them and Mercedes and this from 4 BMWs from Toronto BMW. He says, but you don't have Maserati purchase. I go, all right, you know what? I'll make a deal. So I have a dinner meeting with him, with my Frenchy buddy next week when I'm going to go see him in Gatineau. And I'm going to make a deal with him because I'm going to see what they offered him. I know he told me what they offered him as a trade-in.
Yeah.
So, and I'm going to see if I can grab it for a little less because I know what he paid for it when they weren't hot. They were expensive, and many people weren't buying them at that time.
I mean, can I just give you my personal opinion on that Levante? If you want to hear it.
Well, I can hear it. Doesn't mean I'm going to pay attention to it. But
the fact that he told you that there's a wait list, your rebuttal should have been, when was the last time that Maserati was this good? That's number one. Number two.
Never.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Well, I can tell you never because
yeah,
my friend, the guy I built
rosters that they even said that
house for, I designed in the States, has any car. He owns a brand new what the hell, the Ferrari, because he's had 3 of them before.
But
he has the Spider. So
the SF90.
No, he has the Modena. He had
the Modena, the 360
430 Spider.
Okay,
and he owns a 911 Targa. He owns a 911 Turbo. The whole family. He's a wacky collector.
Mm-hmm.
He must have 7 or 8 cars between him, his wife, and his one daughter, because the other daughter married and moved out. So 7 or 8 cars under his. That's the only thing. He goes, I go to him, listen, let's make a 6-car garage instead of 4-car garage. He goes, no. Okay, well, you're going to need it. And eventually, now he has 7 cars. So he always curses me out for not. I said, I pushed you as much as I could. You didn't want it. I didn't design the 6-car garage. But anyway, that being said, he says to me, I'm even having a hard time to get a new Ferrari that I'm looking for. So Maserati, he bought a Quattroporte, and within, I don't know, maybe 10 days, he brought it back to the dealer. He said, this is slow as a pig.
That's too heavy.
He lost $21,000. He didn't give a shit. He wrote it off because he had bought it under his corporation. He's a speed demon.
But
if he wasn't a multimillionaire, trust me, he would have never had a license.
But Wizard, it's like the car that's really nice from Alpha is the Giulia, the top version.
Maserati.
Sorry. The from Maserati.
And I don't like
the Giulia.
Their SUV.
No. The Giulia is their like M4 fighter. It's got 500 horsepower. That is a gorgeous car. They've got a GTA version, which is the AMG fighter now, but it's like you're paying GT3 money for something that, again, you're going to be told there's a wait list for something that hasn't been good in so long. So, I mean, have you looked at any other I'm not buying an X5 or something like that?
I can't get on. So if anything, I'm going to buy my doctor's Levante, which he has very little mileage because he has a 911. He has a 911. He has that, and he has the other one that he takes his kids skiing. The 7-seater Q something from Infinity, the top of line Infinity, the Q7, I think it's called, or whatever. So, and he's divorced, so his wife has whatever he bought her. So. If he gets Levante in 2022, I'll take his, which only has maybe, I think, 17 or under 20,000 clicks. So,
what model of a Levante is it?
The middle one, not the lowest, not the highest, the middle one.
Okay, good. Okay. Those are really good. They're super sharp too.
Group that would later become Richemont. At that point in time, the group solely comprised Cartier, and thanks to it having acquired them in 1988, Piaget. Oh, cool. I mean, we will look it up. I will find out. That's Perth. Quill and pad quote. Okay. Jorn was a freelance movement designer Hannah officially founded. Yeah, well, FP Jorn started in 1999 when he opened up his own company. That's nothing. 10,000. That's nothing, Stevie. I'm telling you, last year in August, I paid 6,800 US. This year, what's now? We're in October, well, November tomorrow, but let's say October. In May, I dispatched a container, 20 cubic foot, for $27,000. How's that one?
Jeez.
20 grand more than what I paid last year. And it's just getting worse. Every month, it's going up and up.
Yeah, and that's why Walmart is buying their own shipping ships now. Like,
Walmart already owns their own ships, and they bought their own containers.
yep.
Oh, yeah, that's no joke. 50 grand over. Oh, yeah, they all are, man. They all are. Yeah, it's bad. It's worse than flippers on Rolex. How's that one?
Yes.
High-end imports are not holding value. Well, if the bubble bursts, nothing's holding value. Rig Buds, thank you, man. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your kind words. Thanks for the upvote, man.
Yeah, and I think one of the things for like the high end vehicles that really do appreciate, it's going to be quite different than everybody's expectations of cars right now, because there's a lot of marketing and influencers that are.
I thought that was
Yeah. That are in the hypercar thing, right? So I mean, certain cars, absolutely, if you buy it right and don't drive them, it'll go up. But most of the time, it's like you're losing money if you're not going to be enjoying it. And yeah, I don't know. It's a weird thing, because with the way that things are going now, the high demand, the waiting list for cars now, that's getting to be ridiculous.
Yes, it is. That is true. Let me check if Mr. Rene sent me a message. No, not yet. I'm waiting for your pendulum. Canopus Gold. Any discount from AD in US? I doubt it, man. Everything's crazy. Omega has clamped down to their dealers about discounting. So maybe. You know what? I would say, honestly, you're in the US, so I would check with Roman. Check with Luxury Bazaar. Who's the best contact for this watch? Probably Nick or Alex. Nick or Alex, but of course you can ask Anna. Adrian and Roman are just crazy. I mean, insanely busy, but reach out to Nick. Tell him Stefano, the watch wizard, sent you, and let me see what he could do for you.
Wizard,
Actually,
I have a friend
yes,
who owns an AD in the US, and he's selling Omega. Maybe he will be willing to help a little. So if Pendulum wants to message you, I'll give you my email.
I'm actually messaging Nick right now. Nick Wolfgang Einstman. He's Italian and German, so great guy though. Great guy.
Yeah, Einstman sounds German.
Yeah. Speedmaster.
So where is Perth Luxury? Is he in the waiting room, or is he just too lazy to help?
Nobody. No, he's not here.
You know, that is the celebrity behavior.
Yes, that's him.
Everyone to join his stream, but then he's here in the discussions and nothing happens. My little bitch.
Tell us how you really feel, Jonathan. Jeez.
I just told you.
I'm kidding.
He's my little bitch. You didn't know that?
He does now.
Hey, whatever pet names you guys decide to have amongst yourselves, I'm not getting in between that shit.
You shouldn't.
No. Yeah. No,
Yeah, the wizard is not monetized, so I can say pit and bitch here without heavy punishments for him.
Well, I'm sure a lot worse has been said.
Yes.
I don't think it's a thing. So, any watches you guys are find interesting as of recent, or anything on the radar? Or what do you guys?
I'm still waiting for my Credor with the blue dial, but that's gonna take another 4 or 5 months.
Nice.
And I'm after a vintage Rolex, but I'm not gonna tell which model it is because I'm afraid that someone
Prices will go up.
would be snapping it right in front of my nose. So I'm after a 4-digit Rolex.
Are you gonna leave that poor thing alone, or
Say it
do you
again?
have special plans for that Rolex? Or are you
Yes,
gonna leave it alone?
actually, I can't travel where it is right now.
Mm.
So I have to wait a little bit longer, and the seller is not willing to sell.
Oh, I see.
So so I have
No,
to
but well, like you're not planning to deflower this beautiful Rolex
no,
by like
no,
making sharp
yeah.
things to it, you know?
No. That
Hey, Luca.
that is so perfect that I wouldn't dare to have my Dremel on. But I'm gonna wear it. It
Good.
looks very good for the age, but I'm gonna wear that for sure.
The strippers, it's Sunday. They're sleeping. They had a late night.
Have you seen Tim? Tim in
With
that
the
club?
bunny ears, it's
Yeah,
ridiculous. Those
bunny ears and the girl scissoring him. That was
Yeah,
funny.
I hope Tim's ex-wife doesn't watch that.
Yes. Actually, in the morning, he made a video and said, he said, well, I was just on the phone with my wife. She hasn't seen me, the bunny girl scissoring me. And so if she watches, that didn't happen. So something like that he said, which was hilarious in my opinion.
Huh.
Well,
okay, so then I gotta look in my email, Renee. All right, 2 photos. All right, I'm gonna look it up in 1 minute.
I saw a comment that I thought it was funny when somebody says, "Yep, Tim's gonna lose all his watches. Hope he's got them in the safety deposit box." I'm like, oh well, you know, if there was a time for something like that to happen.
Yeah. Actually, I watched his after stream this morning. My wife usually doesn't bother. She's doing something else. And when he was talking about his wife demanding a handbag for another 3 years of marriage, she just told me, oh, that is a brilliant concept. So she listens with half an ear, and so she notices.
Well,
so
yeah,
now I'm in trouble with the handbag.
It's got to be a balanced relationship. You buy something, then you buy her something. It's, you know.
Yeah, but actually, my wife is richer than me, so it should
perfect.
Be
so this way, she buys something for herself, then she can buy you a watch.
Yeah,
it does go both ways.
Yeah, but you know, my wife is cruel. Even though she's richer than me, she demands me for paying for her handbags. So that is the sad thing, and I have to pay for my watches. So.
Well, you're paying for happiness, my man. Just let's leave it at that, and just let's trot on. Because you know what? If you break the feng shui of things, you're not gonna see anything ever again, right?
You sound like my wife, or like a wise man wins and watches.
Oh, well, thank you.
Perth is always sneaky.
Yeah.
No, but Tim was he did a great job in Vegas as well. It was quite nice.
He wants his AP. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you'll get over it, Muffin. Don't worry.
Or he'll have a VC Grand Comp before.
You know what you get when you don't get what you want? You gain experience. So there you go, young lad.
Jeez. Peruka is Swiss, you know that?
Which one?
Peruka is Swiss.
Yeah, he's Swiss.
Yeah.
They're not the most patient people.
Well, they're
polite, they're kind, but they're not patient. I can tell you that.
I think their politeness is a little bit rude, just like the politeness of their CEO.
Yes.
I think it's going a little bit overboard with AP recently.
Yeah, I mean, Swiss has been waiting for quite a long time already. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
Well, Turtle, I can tell you this: AP movements are very sensitive, man. They are.
Oh yeah, is it?
They are. They will screw you on service. I don't care what anybody says. I have proof the past 40 years, and Roman has the past 20 years, and I'll tell you, If you send your watch to AP, they will enforce their refinishing and whatever else issue it had, and get ready for minimum. If it's something small and just refinishing an, I don't know, a crown or a pusher, 3, 4, 5. I've seen guys pay 8,000 US for a watch. So,
Ouch.
But
First
I have a
service.
guy. I know a guy in Germany who is qualified AP. So he has all the certificates, so he can do the servicing. So if anybody is in Europe, I can share the contact. This guy is looking after my AP, and his prices are pretty reasonable.
well, yeah, compared to AP, right?
Oh yeah, and the wait time is not so long. So if you send a watch to AP, it may take you a half a year or a year that
Yeah,
you're out
6
of your
months,
watch.
4 to 6 months is easy.
Yeah. So
Turtle Knight is
Piropa,
asking about APs. The chrono is worse than their standard. Yes, the chrono movements are very fickle.
Yeah, Renee, I agree with you, buddy. You did do a good job, and you know what? I haven't experienced the Vegas party experience, but that sure looked a lot bigger than some of the places that I've been to. So, looking forward to it.
yeah, coming back to that Baume Mercier that the rancher spoke about, I'd really like to know a little bit more about it, because it sounds interesting. It sounds weird. One topic that they touched was the 1530 Rolex, which is the automatic Datejust, basically in an oyster quartz case. And I was after those watches maybe 5 or 6 years ago, and prices were between 2 and 4,000 US dollars, and now the cheapest one is 15. So that went totally nuts. Wizard, do you remember those oyster quartz cases with the automatic movements inside?
Oh yeah, that was a very short run though.
Exactly. Yes, I think they were testing the oyster quartz
Yes.
cases and bracelets by just putting their standard movement inside.
Yeah.
So that was a pretty limited run, and it's an oddball, absolutely. So people woke up and appreciated how rare they are and how special they are.
Because you know what, a lot of people were how can I say, they were attracted by that nice sleek bracelet, right? So you know, it was comfortable. I've had a few of them on my hand, not owned, but you know, customers that ordered, so I tried it on. They're pretty nice. They're pretty smooth, man. I have to say, they don't catch your hairs. So
Fortunately, yes.
yeah. Like Omega, I tried on 6 months ago. I was in Toronto, and I went to one of the dealers I deal with for Omega and stuff. And look, we just got this new thing. I'm like, okay, let me try it on. Oh my goodness. And I have pretty hairy wrists, and it was like I went for a waxing almost.
Oh yeah. You know which were the worst bracelet in that regard?
Which one?
The Ebel wave bracelet.
The wave. Oh my goodness, you're right, John. That thing is killer.
That was torture.
Oh my goodness! But the Discovery is gorgeous, and that's what the new Patek looks like the Discovery.
Yeah. The Discovery with the 1911 bracelet. The 1911 bracelet was like cashmere, and that was absolutely state of the art, and still is. It's a fantastic bracelet.
And now Patek copies it almost exactly. Which is
I wouldn't
weird.
be surprised if it's the same manufacturer of bracelets. Or do you think that Patek are doing those steel bracelets for their Aquanauts? I don't think so.
Let me share this with you boys, because you guys, especially you two, like all kinds of stuff. That's the Beauvais that he picked up for next to nothing. Let me see if I can.
What?
Yeah, we're talking like 150 euros he paid.
Looks like an oyster.
A classic. Yeah, it looks like the old bubbleback oysters, but it's a classic Beauvais. And I told him a nice dark green calfskin with the stitching on the side would look great on it. I would not do black, even though there's black on where the numbers are. I would definitely do a green, or I don't know what other color, guys, you would recommend.
Chocolate brown.
Oh
Black
no.
goes,
Yeah,
Chocolate-
yeah, actually like a
Chocolate
tan.
brown.
Yeah, like a dark chocolate
Yeah.
mocha colored strap. Yeah.
What movement
would
is inside of that Beauvais? Is it a standard ETA or?
I think it's a standard ETA that has been modified a bit.
But that
$150.
watch looks absolutely
150
timeless.
euros, about 210, 220 Canadian.
Oh, but okay,
It
but
looks-
even still.
Oh, no,
timeless.
you got nothing.
I'm just worried that the size may be 32 or 31. So
Yeah, it's small, but hey, if it's like Peruca that has tiny wrists,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know.
that looks really nice. For that age, must be 60s or 70s. So I've seen much worse watches compared to that.
Yeah, I mean, that's a classic Beauvais. I mean, it's far from the actual what Beauvais makes, those really high, intricate design and carvings. But hey, it's a Beauvais. Either way, for 150 euros, you know, it's the price of a Swatch, guys.
Yeah. It's gorgeous. Yeah, I really like that.
So Wings and Watches, what's the update about flying?
Well, I was supposed to go this morning, but the weather kind of turned, started raining. So the moment that happens, unfortunately, I can't fly. But I got the video coming up. I'm just waiting for Tim to get back because he also helps kind of put that together with me. So, yeah, I mean, it's all weather dependent. Not for the lack of trying, that's for sure. But it's going good. I'm doing a lot more simulator time and a lot more courses that are flight related. So it's helping the learning process progress a lot quicker, which is nice. Now it's just the actual flight time.
Is that a moving simulator or is that a static?
Yeah, no, it's a moving simulator. It's the ones that are actually at one of the registered flight schools. They have one that's moving, and then they have the majority of the other ones that are just stationary. But it's essentially a huge video game that is monitored and will count towards your flight time.
Okay.
So, yeah,
that is important. That
it is. Yeah,
counts toward your flight time, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean,
I'm not sure. Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm not sure how it is in the US. Before COVID, there was a saying with our cheap airlines. So basically, we have two very cheap airlines, which is Ryanair, who are the worst, and then EasyJet. And the saying was usually the one who is paying the most for the ticket is the pilot, because they invented a concept just to sell pilot seats to pilots that were out of job and had to make their flight hours, and so they was basically selling out the pilot seats partly.
Yep. Your initial cost, I mean, if you're doing single engine like I am, it's 14,000, and then every time that you need to recertify and or rent a plane, yeah, you're paying more and more and more. So yeah, it's if you're an airline pilot, that's like, what is it, $60,000, $100,000 for their education, flight training, all that. Yeah,
and then after you're done, you need I think 500 or 1,000 flight hours per year just to keep your license, isn't it like that?
Yeah, you have to have a certain amount of flight time and recertification.
And if you
every so often.
So it means if you're not employed by an airline, you have a hard time to achieve those flying hours. And that is exactly where those two companies were heading for. They said, well, you can have here flight experience. You're paying 500 euros per hour to fly our jets, and we'll certify you the time then.
Yeah, it's the upkeep and fuel for the jets that are incredibly expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, just the avionics, the pressurization systems that they need to have. I mean, everything in such a large aircraft
Yeah.
is immense. If you have a smaller aircraft like a twin engine or a single prop, like let's say a TBM 850, which is one of the best single props you can get, the initial cost of the plane is going to hurt. But at that point, you're already going to be using the plane for a purpose that's going to be making you money, right? Such as you're going to be chartering people's flights or taking them on sightseeing, just to pay for the upkeep, right?
Yep.
So if you're renting, it could be easier because you don't have the overhead or the renting of a hangar. Because at the end of the day, it's like paying for a place to dock your yacht.
Yep. Yeah.
It's going to be expensive, and if you're not using that yacht, well, then But if you are, you can justify the expense, right?
Yeah. So I guess it's the same like with big yachts. A yacht owner told me, owning a big yacht is just like a big black hole in the sea where you keep on throwing money in.
Well, yeah. I mean, these are toys at the end of the day. These are hobbies, right? And everything that, unless you're doing it for a business purpose, it just consider your time and memories that you're going to make, and the money should be a forethought at the end, right?
Yeah.
Like, don't bankrupt yourself. Like, use common sense. But instead of going every weekend like I was going, sometimes every 2-3 weeks, perhaps, just to kind of get a bit of a break to my mind and to the bank. So.
Yep. So is Weezer with us?
Ron Stoll. Do you know Ron Stoll, Jonathan?
No.
He owns Stolen Company USA. They do probably 20 different brands like Alpina, B Swiss, Bertolucci, Bucherer, Frederic Constant, Porsche Design, and many others. Like, they do service. They're authorized by all these companies.
So he's
they
a
probably do
US
1.5
agent.
million watches, not money, a lot more money, but 1.5 million. Most 95% of their work repairs are wholesale to the trades or to the companies. Their authorized service center. They have about, I don't know, maybe 70 employees today. So he's very big. He's the one that does the authentication for eBay now.
Oh, okay.
So,
well, actually, that's pretty good.
They had a big article about him on Europa Star. I think that's another magazine that's watch related. Yeah, he's a big service guy for many brands. So
he's basically the US import agent for those watch brands. And
no, repairs only.
Oh, only repairs. Okay.
Yeah, he doesn't sell. He only repairs.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 150 euros. That's right. Audrey. Who is this chick, Audrey? I didn't see her.
You haven't seen her?
No.
So during the 3 live streams that Tim made from the New York watch show, Audrey was basically the main part in all 3 streams. Audrey is the daughter of the owner of Beauvais. She's absolutely gorgeous. She doesn't know too much about other watches than her own watches. But she's very pretty, very charming. Everybody was very excited about her. And Tim visited her every day. And,
did he?
And I'll be absolutely honest. On the last day, she showed us a watch which was my absolute favorite, and that watch blew my mind. That is. Should I talk about it, or should I send you the link before?
Send the link. I think everybody can appreciate this one because I think I know the one that you're talking about,
Yeah.
and it's really nice.
And it's not their most expensive one.
But again, this is another brand that, unless you actually have held one in your hand, appreciating the craftsmanship,
Yeah.
you know, it is completely different.
Jonathan, what do you think of this question?
No loom, but then called Rolex.
Personally, I don't find that normal.
Actually, if it has loom on the dial,
It has
should
loom
have
on the
loom
hands.
on the hands.
Correct.
That is the golden rule. Unless, I guess it was a hand swap, or it was a
Yep.
dial swap. So
Yep.
some of the diamond dials came without loomed hands, as far
Yes.
as I remember. So it could be that the watch initially had a diamond dial, or somebody swapped the hands. But no matter what it is, it's not a big deal, because
No.
2019, if it bothers him, just send them the watch in, pay $250 or how much it is, just to get the regular hands on
Yes.
with the loom.
That's all you need is the hands.
Yeah. So I'm posting you the article to Audrey's watch. Actually, I disagree a little bit with you, Wings and Watches. The craftsmanship on Beauvais is outstanding, no doubt about that. But what I liked about this particular watch was the creative process and the thought that is behind it. So I'm talking about the Miss Audrey Sweetheart. Did you think about the same one? Wings and Watches?
Is he there? I guess not.
Yeah,
Or
Stefano, can you
post it?
pull up the article that I just posted?
So, stream, share.
I would say it doesn't lose value just because of the incorrect hands.
That's the one, right?
Yes, that's the one.
Let's see if I can
Actually,
make it bigger.
Audrey showed
There we
us the
go.
watch with a bright yellow dial, and the color toned then to silver. What is very special is the watch is called Miss Audrey Sweetheart. Audrey is the daughter of the owner of the Beauvais company, and admittedly, Audrey is very sweet. So the owner of Beauvais actually created that watch by having his sweet daughter in mind, and that dial contains of sugar crystals.
Oh, wow.
So the dial is made out of sugar, which is specifically processed so that the color doesn't change. But it's basically sugar crystals on a dial. And I find that idea, when you have a sweet daughter, just to dedicate her a watch with sugar crystals on the dial, I find that idea very nice. The other thing is the shape of the hands. Can you go back to the initial picture? Yeah.
Oh, it's like a heart.
It's like a heart. Every hour and 5 minutes, the hands shape a heart. That's why the watch is
yeah.
called Sweetheart. And I find that idea also very creative, very neat, and
True.
very appropriate to Miss Audrey. And the
Wow.
watch that she showed on the stream was I tried to go on Tim's stream and make a screenshot. Screenshot, but I can't post it here. It's gonna be difficult.
It didn't
Maybe for
swap
the next one.
hands.
So,
But you can get the hands, like Jonathan told you, you can get the hands swapped out now to loom hands. Couple of $100, you're done.
yeah. I think they protect the sugar a little bit, that it's not going to melt.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it's coated.
On their webpage. They say it doesn't melt. No matter, it's not a tool watch.
No.
But I found that idea so cool and so nice, and it totally matched her kind and cute personality. So,
Well, I'm sure Jonathan knows about Lin's dials.
Lynn Styles. Oh, I heard that.
Reference 1002.
Lynn Styles. Actually, I don't know. So I heard the term Lynn style. I have to Google it now, and I'm pretty sure I find something about it. But I'm the wrong person to ask when you're asking about a $15,000 watch. I would ask, what is the name of the guy in the US who is about vintage watches?
Menta. Menta is a huge vintage guy. He's actually the expert that Roman goes to.
Okay. Now there used to be another one, but I think he sold the company. What is his name? I must check. He used to do a lot on Rolex Forum, but I think he recently sold the company. He was in California, as far as I know.
Here. Here's a lens
Yes,
dial.
it's HQ Milton. I'm not sure if the company.
That's
Yeah,
a lens dial. I mean, personally, I don't see anything special about it, but
It's probably a retailer
yeah,
who stamped
exactly.
Linz just like Tiffany did.
Yeah.
I'm not
So,
sure. I can't tell you about the
I
collector's
don't have
value.
experience with them like Jonathan, so I wouldn't be able to help you out on that one. But if you ask in the States, if you're in the States, go to just type in Menta, MENTA, Menta watches, and ask him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
they were a
HQ
retailer
Milton.
in Texas.
Yeah.
Bob Marin. Yeah, Bob Marin is good, but Bob Marin CS is a Daytona Paul Newman expert more so than just. But I'm sure he knows something about Linz. But this is the guy. You want to talk about $5 million, $2 million, $1 million, whatever, in the $1 million of Paul Newman Daytonas. Bob Marin's the man. But Menta watches for a regular one like this, Linz and stuff, you know. Austin Daniels. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know how much he knows into it. But anyway, give me 1 second, boys. I'll be right back.
Yeah, so I don't know how much Austin Daniel knows about vintage and those special dials. To be honest, Linz doesn't have the name like Tiffany's, so I'd be very careful paying a crazy premium for those signed dials. But that is just my personal opinion. You're welcome. So any other questions? I'm left here alone. So what are your guys' thoughts about an annual meetup in Las Vegas that that Tim just mentioned on his stream? Is there any interest from you guys to meet up in Las Vegas next year in October?
Yeah, I mean, I'm planning to go. Cars.
You're close by. You wanted
Yeah.
you wanted to go there this year, didn't you?
Yeah, because of the restrictions in November 8th that are lifting. Anything before that, you can't travel. So
You can't travel within the US?
no, I'm not in the U.S. though.
You're not in the US. Okay.
No, I'm in Canada.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm in Canada.
Yeah,
So
we're not
it's-
singing Kumbaya. Definitely not. Yeah, travel restrictions are eased from 8th of November here for us, so we can travel
Yeah.
to the US again.
It was flying out was no problem, but it's
Yep.
flying into the United States that was the big.
Exactly. Yes. Yes.
so-
Same problem for us.
It's okay. How about you? Are you interested in going, Jonathan?
I'm half interested, I must say, because usually October is our usual travel schedule,
Mhm.
and usually our traveling doesn't lead us to Las Vegas. We go
Mhm.
to other places, so it depends a little bit on the date when this happens and in which part of the world we are planned in October next year.
Yeah, yeah.
Just for as an example, we may be in Asia, so it doesn't make sense then to fly over to Las Vegas just for a night or two. So that depends a little bit on our personal travel schedule.
Yeah.
But you would be going there.
Yeah, I would love to go there. So
Mhm.
like Cars that has already kind of asked me and gave me shit for not coming, but he knew that it wasn't because of me, but kind of want to keep my word as well. So I've never been to Vegas, so why not?
Have you which was your favorite item from his collection?
Oh geez. Well, I mean, it's if I had to pick, that's a hard question, man. It's a hard question.
For me, it was easy.
Well, sure.
For me, it was easy because I'm not a big fan of the overseas, I must say.
Mhm.
I'm always talking against it, but that Everest overseas was by far my favorite, and probably the cheapest one in his collection.
Yeah, if I have to really choose one, it's that equation time, and that silver Snoopy, that white,
Okay.
the silver Snoopy that he has. I love that one. So,
Mhm.
but it's more for just to get together with the boys and talk some watches, have a good time, right? That's it. So
Yeah, and he's kind of a person who's genuinely passionate with his watches in a totally non-flexing or arrogant kind of way. So it's always very enjoyable when he talks about his collection, because it's not the usual flex that you get from those high-end collectors.
well, no, it would also be great to like meet everybody and like Tim and whomever else decides to join. But
Yeah.
again, like October is far along, but if all things go well, then yes. But I'm planning on going to the States a lot sooner than next year. So
Yeah, if you go there in October, make sure you're not getting scissored by a bunny girl.
oh, I'm gonna make sure I am. I'm nice and single, so I'm good to go. Are you kidding me?
CS is asking a question how popular Karl F. Bucherer watches in Europe are. To be honest, I'm the wrong person to ask. So Bucherer is a huge retail chain, and they try to build up some credibility with their watches. I've recently seen some interesting developments, but I genuinely can't tell you how popular they are. I've never seen someone wearing one, but I've not been out a lot in the last year because of COVID. So I think the main obstacle is the name Bucherer. If they would come from Baume Mercier or from Cartier or from Chopard, I think it would be much easier for them, because then they would have some watch manufacturer credibility against the retail change.
Yeah. No. They have some incredible pieces, both entry and very, very high end. But yeah, you're right. I haven't. You really don't see a lot of people wearing them out in the wild. I guess I'm sure people own them, but to see one out in the wild is something I haven't seen yet. So that's why I want one.
Okay. Would you pay
I love-
the Would you pay the money compared to a very, very well known brand? So
for me, fortunately for me, the watch that I want isn't incredibly expensive. It's about 2,300 from the AD, I believe.
okay.
So it's not not something that I'm looking at.
Guys, I gotta go,
Yeah.
but Jonathan's a moderator, so
No,
I'm gonna
I'm
end the
not.
broadcast because I have to go meet my Rotary Club, which I forgot.
No problem.
Wizard, I'm not a moderator. I can't
Yes,
do
you
anything.
are. Yeah, you are. I made you one.
Okay.
Check it.
I'm
You got the
testing.
wrench, brother. You got the wrench.
Hey. Yeah. Now I have the wrench. Okay.
So
I have no.
whatever
I have no
Jonathan does, he can share with you guys. He can chat. He can make. I
We'll hold down the
try
fort
to
for you.
point myself about answering questions. Wings is a big fan of watches, of cars, of planes, and all other stuff. So thank you for coming on. Thanks for the upvote, guys. Hopefully, I don't know because we wait on Jonathan's little bitch if he's going to be on tomorrow. If not, then I'll be on in the morning, and I'll see you guys on the next one.
All right.
Yeah. Thank
a
you
great-
for having us.
Happy
you.
Halloween.
Yeah.
Happy Halloween, guys.